Yeah, boy.
The movie begins with the protagonist, a woman named Ava Bravo, waking up in a cabin with a bag over her head. She gets up and sees a stereo player with a note saying press play. The stereo plays an audio message left by a man. The man tells her that she is alone without any phones or internet, and that she is completely off-grid, and only he knows where she is. He tells her that she is going to be hunted by him. All she has is the compass in her front pocket. He tells her that the only way out of this place is the snowmobile that is 5 miles north of the cabin. Therefore, only one of the two is going to survive this place. To make things fun, he will limit himself to using only 3 bullets. Ava ransacks the place but finds nothing. He tells her to start running as he is in the basement and will come up at the count of 10. Ava leaves the cabin and the hunter comes out of the basement. He pours brandy for himself and hangs a newspaper article on the cabin wall. The article is about Ava escaping and rescuing a group of girls from a kidnapping in Albuquerque. He leaves the cabin and sees Ava's footprints in the snow. He is misled as Ava attacks him from the other direction, knocking him out. She used the stereo player and the bag as a weapon. She checks his backpack and finds handcuffs which she uses to bind the hunter. She takes him to the basement and is only able to take one glove as he starts to wake up. She blocks the basement opening with a couch and leaves. She takes the backpack and the gun and sets out towards the snowmobile. As she navigates through the forest, she gets tired and tries to eat snow, but chokes. It is a tough walk, and she takes a break under a tree. She tells herself that she is a survivor and prays to God. She sees skulls with wings drawn on trees in the forest. Finally, she reaches the snowmobile tent, but sadly, the snowmobile is missing. A tree falls at the same time which startles her, making her fire one round. She gets up and walks cautiously but trips on a wire trap. She breaks her fall, almost getting impaled by wooden stakes. She turns around and sees a message left by the hunter. Psych. She is frustrated and leaves the place. As night falls, she breaks down and starts crying as she is in the middle of nowhere. She gathers herself and decides to use the hunter to get out of this place. She makes her way back to the cabin. She enters it cautiously and is relieved to see the couch still in its place, but is startled by the hunter sitting on the dining table with dinner ready for both. He commends her for outsmarting him but tells her that she made a rookie mistake by cuffing him with his hands at the front. As the conversation progresses, he tells her about the one-armed man he brought to the cabin hunt the previous year. He tells her that he heard the rifle shot, and not to waste the remaining 2 bullets. As he is done saying, he throws his plate at her, which startles her, making her fire another round. Ava threatens to use his last bullet on him, but the hunter tells him that she won't because she needs him to survive. He starts talking about her trauma, trying to trigger her PTSD. They hear a sound outside the cabin, but he tells her it is just a bird. He starts talking about other victims, and she realizes that he only hunts survivors. He tells her about the war hero that he had brought to hunt once. When asked, he tells her that she was brought here in a snowmobile. She tries to force him to give her the location of the snowmobile, but someone starts banging on the door trying to break in. The hunter himself doesn't know who or what it is, so the 2 of them rush to the basement where Ava finds a tranquilizer and duct tape. She tapes the flashlight to the rifle and starts setting traps. She lays glass shards on the stairs and a rope trap at the end of the stairs. The intruder breaks the basement door and descends the stairs. The intruder is a man with a disfigured face. He trips on the rope and falls. He is freakishly strong and slams the hunter to the ground. Ava throws glass bottles at him, diverting his attention towards her. The hunter uses this opportunity to run, but the intruder stops him and stabs his leg with a dagger. The intruder tries to strangle the hunter, but Ava stabs him with the tranquilizer. The 2 of them rush out and Ava takes the other glove from the hunter. She makes her lead the way to the snowmobile, but he says he can't make it with his injured leg. When she tells him to keep moving, he tells her to shoot him as he doesn't want to die a slow death. She has no choice but to use the first aid kit in the backpack on him. While she treats him, she figures out that he is Buddy King, the billionaire restaurant owner and sportsman. She makes Buddy tell her how he kidnapped her. Buddy tells her that he was stalking her for months, learning her daily routine. This made it easy as he could just walk in and tranquilize her. They hear wolves barking in the distance and Ava turns around, with her back towards him. Buddy tries to attack Ava, but she delivers a back kick. She makes him lead the way to the snowmobile again. On the way, Buddy sits down and tries to make small talk. He tells her about his childhood. Ava tells him that he has daddy issues, and Buddy gets angry. He glances behind her, which makes her turn her back to him again. She turns around to see him missing. She looks around frantically, but Buddy reappears on his own. He leads the way again, but Ava falls into a pit. Fortunately, she is not impaled by the stakes at the bottom of the pit. Buddy is able to remove the handcuffs and finds a rucksack he had hidden in the place. He tells her that he has something to take care of, after which they can resume their game. Ava tries to leave the pit on her own, but fails. She has no choice but to wait. After a while, a rope is thrown down. Ava uses it to climb out of the pit, and is helped by the intruder. She sees that his arm has severe burn scars. They hear Buddy approaching, and the intruder goes towards him while Ava leaves. Buddy and the intruder fight each other, but Buddy kicks the intruder down the hill, making him pass out. Buddy goes to the pit and sees Ava is missing. He starts to follow her tracks. It is morning now, and Ava breaks down again and prays to God. She realizes that the skull drawings were left by the intruder. She figures out that the intruder was the war hero Buddy had brought with him on a previous hunt. Buddy sees Ava resting on the tree and approaches her silently, just to find that he has been tricked. It was only her jacket. Ava attacks him and holds him at gunpoint again. She tells him to take her to the snowmobile in an hour in exchange for his life. On the way, they provoke each other. Ava mocks him for failing to kill the soldier and being afraid of him, while Buddy tells her that she had supposedly killed her captors in Albuquerque, and that's why she cried every night. They hear music playing, and they both rush towards the music. They see two guys camping, and Buddy lies to them saying that he is being kidnapped by Ava. After much convincing, they decide to help Ava. Ava gets on camper's snowmobile with one of them and leaves to get help. They leave the other camper with a pistol to look after Buddy. But Buddy tackles the guy and shoots him with the pistol. He uses the pistol to shoot the snowmobile. The snowmobile crashes, making the two riders fall. Buddy reaches the site and tries to shoot the other camper, but the pistol is out of ammo. He snaps the guy's neck instead. Ava and Buddy see the rifle, and both rush towards it. Buddy beats her to the rifle and makes her tell her story about how she survived Albuquerque. She tells him about how she was kidnapped and kept in a basement. For many days she was R-word repeatedly alongside a 17-year-old girl. One day, they saw an opportunity and ran. Only Ava made it while the girl could not. Buddy tells Ava that he won't kill her here, because she deserves to see the finish line, as this was the most challenging hunt he had ever had. Buddy takes her back to the cabin, which makes Ava furious for being tricked all this while. Buddy reveals the snowmobile that he had camouflaged against the snow with a white cover. He tells Ava that she has two options: either to spend her life with him, as they are both effed up loners with traumatic pasts, or to leave alone on the snowmobile, which he assures he won't shoot her. Ava chooses to leave on the snowmobile, and Buddy reveals that he was lying and is about to shoot her. But the soldier comes from behind, and Buddy uses the last bullet on him. Ava takes Buddy's knife and slices his throat. As he passes away, she tells him that they are not the same, as she is the winner, and he is the loser. She goes inside the cabin and disposes her article on the wall. She takes the soldier's article and places it on his corpse. Ava leaves on the snowmobile, and she smiles like she didn't just kill a man.
Do it! Just do it!